morning, everybody. I'm exhausted. Today is going to be a fun day though. We are going to end up meeting with two people that you guys might be very familiar with, which is pretty exciting. It'll be my first time meeting them. But also, I don't have Nespresso at the house anymore, and I ordered some a while back, but it's just taking a long time to get here. And for those of you who know me, I don't function without coffee. Like, I survive on caffeine. So we're gonna go head over to Starbucks and get my usual, which is a skinny vanilla latte with 2 sweeteners. And then I figure I'll also get ready a little bit, answer some questions that you guys asked me over on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, I'll plug myself in right here, so that way you guys can participate in my daily life. And let's go get some coffee. I just got my Starbucks, but before we head home, I did want to go ahead and thank Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. So Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes, so you can explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and just get lost in your own creativity. And Skillshare has such a wide variety of topics, everything from media to social media to photography to film and so many more. There's basically something for everybody, and their classes are curated specifically for learning. So this means there are no ads, and they're constantly launching new premium classes, so you can just stay focused and get lost in your own creativity. And Skillshare's entire catalog of classes now offers subtitles in Spanish, French, Portuguese, and Dutch. And one of the courses I recently took, which is also a new course that Skillshare offers, is called Finding Fulfillment Using Pivots to Power Your Creative Career by Emma Gannon. And this course is all about being okay with making a change, pivoting your life in a whole new direction. And I feel like we constantly go through this, and it's scary because there is some risk involved. But the biggest takeaway that I really appreciate is about finding your why. So it's basically like, what direction do you want to pivot? And it's really about following your gut instinct. Like, most people who pivot their life, they choose to pivot it, and they have this gut instinct of life telling them that they need to go in a different direction. But if you don't know how to pivot your life and you don't know where you want to start, one of the best tips she gave is about following your enthusiasm. Like, take note of when you do something that you absolutely love and you feel good about it. Like, maybe you're going somewhere, or maybe you're doing something, or maybe it's like a book or a movie or anything like that, and really just follow those feelings that you have. And you guys do not want to miss out, so hurry, because the first 1,000 of my subscribers that go down and click the link in my description box will get a 1-month free trial to a premium Skillshare membership, so you can get lost and explore your own creativity. So as always, thank you to Skillshare for constantly sponsoring my channel and sponsoring me and supporting me. I very much appreciate it. Now let's go ahead and head home. What'd you need? What'd you need? What you need? Okay, so I got y'all set up on my bedroom floor. We're gonna just be doing this real chill. I'm sitting on a towel. I'm literally using my eyeshadow palette mirror leaned up against my Starbucks cup as my mirror today. So it's gonna be real laid back. For any products that I'm using, I will have them linked down below. I do own my own cosmetic company, so generally speaking, I'm going to be using mass majority of my own products and then filling in the gaps from there, and that is how I get ready. I use my own stuff. I also already went ahead on Instagram and asked you guys to ask me questions. I think they're even like still kind of rolling in as we go. I'm going to answer some on Instagram, some on here, which again, if you're not following me on Instagram, go head over there so that way you can do stuff like this with me next time. But let's go ahead and just dive on in. So to start off with, I am going to do a layer of moisturizer with SPF. This is from Proven. I love their stuff. I've shown it to you guys in the past, and I use it. I mean, pretty much anything, any sponsorship I give to you guys, I use their stuff, and I love it. So we're gonna start off with some of that. So I usually use that, and then I'll also use my lip scrub. This is the coconut one. I think the coconut is probably my favorite out of all of them. And then I also have my Proven chapstick that I do go ahead and throw on, especially in the winter time. Chapping and dryness is for real. Like, I dry out so quickly, especially when I'm flying. It's like a big thing. So I got some of that on my face and on my lips. Now I'm gonna go into my Milk Hydra Primer, which I really need some more of this. Like, look how much it is. But this lasted me forever. Like, it really did last me a long time, but I am running out, so I really do need some more of that. All right, so we're gonna let that get get tacky. Look how informal, I think it's informal. Look how informal this is. I'm literally chilling with just like my makeup down here. All right, but anyways, let's get you back to where you were at-ish, sorta. All right, so to kick us off, question number 1. I feel like this one's kind of like juicy, like controversial. It's not really controversial, but it says, what do other flight attendants think when they work with you and you're vlogging? Truth be told, which if you didn't notice it before, you're gonna notice it now. I don't really tend to vlog. It's not like I don't tend to like to vlog around other people, but I feel like as a vlogger and as a flight attendant, you really have to separate the two. Like, my job as a flight attendant comes first, and when I need to be doing duties as a flight attendant, my camera is nowhere to be found. Like, you'll notice this, like, you don't really see me setting up beverage carts, you don't really see me doing service, you don't really see me interacting a lot. I never film when there are passengers on the plane. So I really don't vlog a lot around a lot of people. Like, I just do like the bare minimum to get the storyline to go across. So enough to kind of make things go, but you're gonna notice like most of my content does not happen when I'm to be working. It'll happen when I'm either getting to the airport, sitting at the airport, let's say on standby, or when I actually get to the hotel, which if you didn't notice, I probably just ruined that for you. So yeah, if y'all didn't notice that before, you're gonna notice it now. I don't tend to vlog a lot around a lot of crew members or when I should be doing my duties. Can you eat first class passenger food when there is extra left? Yes, you absolutely can, if you really want to, especially like internationally. Sometimes like this viewfinder is even nice. When you're going internationally and there's leftover food, you can help yourself to that because it has to be disposed of afterwards. So if you're hungry and you want to eat something after you've already asked for meals, now make sure if somebody is sleeping and you haven't asked them what they want to eat, you don't eat their meal. But if everybody's served or nobody wants stuff and there's extra stuff, you are more than welcome to eat it. I personally do not. I'm not a big fan of airplane food in general. Every now and again there's something that I'm like, oh, that's decent, but I tend to stay away from airplane food altogether, and that's just personal preference. It's nothing, there's no like tea drama, there's nothing to do with that. It's not my thing. I don't tend to like it, but if you do, you are welcome to help yourself to any leftovers. How tall are you? I feel like people are always curious of this because like when I post like Instagram photos, like as you're going to see, I tend to look very short. And people are always wondering, they're like, wow, Kat, like how tall are you? Because you're a lot shorter than what I assumed you were, and I am 5 foot, 0 inches, just 5 foot. Okay, so next question is best gifts to get flight attendants when going on a flight, and for how many flight attendants? You know, I get asked this a lot, especially recently, which I do want to say, like, I never expect gifts from passengers. Never, ever, ever in my wildest dreams do I expect somebody to get me something. It's always like so freaking nice when it happens, but I don't expect it. So never feel like you have to bring your flight attendants gifts. That's like not at all what I'm saying. But if you choose to bring us gifts, the general thing that people tend to bring us is like chocolates. We get chocolates quite a bit, or anything that's like pre-packaged. I wouldn't really go and get like donuts or something that you've already had access to. Then it gets a little, do you want to eat that? Do you not? So anything packaged, a lot of times chocolates, $5 Starbucks cards, we get those a lot, which I love. If you can't tell, I absolutely love it. So we get those a lot, and I do love those, especially because like I can use it whenever I'm at the airport, or I just add it. I have like a Starbucks account, so I just add it to my little Starbucks account. So like that for me is like a personal favorite, but again, I never expect somebody to bring a gift. I would say on average we have like 4 flight attendants per aircraft normally. So a lot of the time we are flying the 737 or the 321, the Airbus 321, and those tend to be 4. Now obviously if you get a wide body aircraft like the 777 or the 787, you're gonna have a lot more. You can have like anywhere from like 8 to 13 flight attendants, but you might also be on like what we call the baby bus, which is like your Airbus 319, 320, and those have like 3 flight attendants on them. And then if you do regional, sometimes regional planes tend to have 1 or 2 flight attendants. So it kind of just depends on where you're going and what you're flying. But I would say for mainline, the average tends to be 4. Okay, so I am gonna walk you through my powders really fast just because I do tend to use 2 different powders on 2 different things, so that way y'all will know what I'm talking about down below. This is my e.l.f., I believe it's the Halo, yeah, the Halo Glow setting powder, and I tend to like this on all the highlighted areas. And then this is my L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour fresh wear, and this one I tend to put everywhere that the highlight is not. This actually does act as a foundation. I've heard of a lot of people liking to use the powder on its own, and it's supposed to be a phenomenal, and I finally got my hands on it. But I personally still use liquids and then use powders to set, but I have heard you can use this on your own. I've never personally done it, so I can't tell you how good or not good it is, but yeah.
Wait for better days to come and carry us like wind in our sails.
What is it like being a flight attendant? So honestly, like, I love my job. I absolutely love this lifestyle, and yes, it's a lifestyle, and I wouldn't say that for most jobs. I don't think most jobs are lifestyles, but being a flight attendant is definitely a lifestyle, and I absolutely love it, but it takes some getting used to. Like, the first 6 months are so crazy and such a wild ride, and it's a lot of changing your sleep schedule. It's a lot of reserve, so people telling you where you need to be, when you need to be there, a lot of like crazy wake ups, crazy things, going all over the place, waking up in different cities, which I'm obsessed with. I love every bit of it. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of like someone telling me like when I need to be there at a certain point. I'll be honest, like I think that's like one thing that I love about YouTube is like I don't have that when it comes to YouTube. I work and film and do all that stuff on my own time. Whereas like being a flight attendant, you're obviously working for a corporation, so you kind of have to play by the rules of you need to be there when they want you to be there. And especially on reserve, you don't have a lot of choice in that, whereas like as a line holder, you have a lot more freedom in that. So that's definitely something I tend not to like about being a flight attendant, but that's probably about it. I mean, most of it I absolutely love. I love waking up, and sometimes you never even know where you're going for the day, or like you don't know how things are gonna go. You never know who you're gonna meet, which is like absolutely one of my favorite things about the job. Is like with this job, you never know who you're gonna bump into, and there's something like so exciting and crazy and cool about that. Like, I mean, you could be flying with, I don't know, Joe Schmo or your neighbor or someone's grandma, and that's all fine and cool and whatever. And then the next flight, you could be having a celebrity on your flights, which yes, I've had quite a few celebrities on my flights before, which is really, really fun. I really wish I had like some tea for y'all and be like, this celebrity sucks. You know, like when people go on TikTok and they're like, this celebrity sucked. I wish I had a story like that, but I really don't. Like, everybody I've had on my flights have been absolutely amazing, like really, really cool. I've had George Lopez, he was absolutely awesome. I've had Katie Seagal, she was sweet as can be. I've had Johnny Knoxville. I've had the guy from Hot Chicks. I don't know why his name is not coming to me right now. I've had quite a few. I've had a lot of people, but I've never had like a horrible run-in just yet, and hopefully I never do. Like, everybody that I've met has just been so nice or so chill. A lot of them just go to sleep and whatever, but yeah, it's been really cool. I don't have any drama stories for you. I realized I forgot to contour my nose, so I guess I should be doing that. I don't tend to be asked that, which I find it fascinating whenever people tell me like which celebrities they've had on their flights. I do know somebody asked me like if I could meet like one person dead or alive, who would I meet that I would want on a flight? And alive would hands down be Lewis Capaldi. He's a Scottish singer. I love his music, but honestly, like when I watch his interviews, I will cry laughing. Like, he just has a really good sense of humor. He just seems very, very down to earth and chill and fun to hang out with. So I would love to have him on a flight. I'm trying to think of somebody dead that I would want to have. Robin Williams. Robin Williams, I would love to have on a flight. I would also love to have Anthony Bourdain. I've said that one in the past before. I would love to meet Anthony Bourdain on a flight. Like, oh, what I would give to be able to have a conversation with either of those two would just be absolutely awesome. But yeah, what's next? Eyebrows. Are your nails press on? No, but yes, my nails are glue-ons. I always wear like the Kiss like glue-on nails. I love them. They work for me. I have like a little hack where the little nail file in the kit, I just lightly file and buff the top of my nail, take some nail polish remover and wipe off all the dust before I glue them down. And then I press and hold and they'll last me like a week and a half to 2 weeks. I love them. I always get my toes done like actually at a salon, but I do my hands and stuff myself, which funny enough, like I actually learned about press-on nails and stuff. Like I don't want to say learned about them because I knew about them before, but I didn't realize like how good they actually were until I got on the line and started talking to other flight attendants. I did not realize like in our community, like press-on nails are such a big thing. Like everybody wears them. Well, I don't want to say everybody. I mean, obviously some people still get their nails done at the salon, but I would say like a lot of us do tend to wear either glue-on or press-on nails. All right, let's get some eyeshadow going. So I am going to go ahead and use some of the colors. Like I love these two as my base colors. Like I kind of mix the two and then I use this as an eyebrow color, but I am going to kind of go back and forth in between this and then the peach eyeshadow palette as well. How busy are you expecting the airports and airlines this holiday season? Absolutely busy for sure. Like this year has been so funny. I'm also gonna go into this color right in here. Traveling, I feel like slowed down for maybe all of 1 week and that was it. We're offline a bunch and I know my company specifically talked about giving extra money for the holiday season. Did I just go out of focus? Okay. So this has pretty much been public information all the time. I don't know where I left off, so we're gonna start here again. Everybody was like posting memes and stuff. I even reposted memes. Like I feel like it was all over everywhere that this was happening. So I don't feel weird in sharing this information with you guys. So I am gonna go into my other palette and use this color or maybe this one. Or maybe mix them. Use those right here. Yeah, they talked about if you work the week of Thanksgiving and the week of Christmas that you can get 150%, but if you don't call out at any point between November 15th and January 2nd, then they'll pay you 300% for those weeks that of whatever you work. 300%. So everybody was like making like a bunch of memes and a bunch of jokes about like them at the hotel bar on Christmas and it was just so funny. So that was a really nice incentive, especially because a lot of us have been working our tails off. We have been working a ton lately and I know they have a lot of new hires coming in. A lot of the airlines are hiring right now, but training takes a long time. Like to get a flight attendant through training, like for us is like 6 weeks. So to get anybody's going, you got to hire them, you got to do the interview process, which is multiple stages, and then you still got to give them time to get to the training. Then you got to give them 6 weeks of training. So before they get to the line, that's a lot. Like the first people are going to be coming onto the line in November, but I mean it's gonna like slowly week to week to week be adding more people. So I know they did offer that incentive so people wouldn't call out and they would pick up extra, which I need my wrist to participate with me. It's like a funky color. It's doing weird stuff. Like I did have somebody ask and say like, how's your wrist doing? Which I wish I had better news and been like, it's doing so great. It's really not. Like not a lot has changed. Like I can hardly wash a dish. Like I can't really hold a plate and like push against it and wash a dish. I've been really trying to like when I pick my bag up, keep a lot of like it on the other side because basically there's not a lot I can do until the rheumatologist can see me in December. So I need my wrist to cooperate because your girl's trying to make 300% if I'm being quite honest. Like that's money. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's nothing to laugh at. Like I feel like everybody was kind of like,
they couldn't pay me enough to work the holidays.
And then as soon as they said 300%, everybody's like,
that was enough.
That was plenty. I will see you there. So yeah, I'm gonna need that to cooperate because I'm gonna need to show up to work every single stinking day to get my 300%. How is flight attendant training for you currently on week 4 for AA? Good job and congratulations to you. My personal experience, which I do want to say is probably going to differ from other people's experience and everybody's experience is valid and true, but my experience was training was incredibly easy for me. I am very studious. I always did very well at school. I'm a good test taker. I tend to excel in those things. My common sense is much further behind than my book smarts. just being very frank with you guys. So doing training and stuff was not difficult at all for me. Now, I definitely wouldn't recommend that you go in there and that you don't try your best or that you think it's just gonna be a walk in the park, because I think if you go in with that mindset, you're really just not gonna do well. But I also wouldn't stress out about it. Is there any specific time that airlines hire, like spring, fall? I turned 20 in May and want to apply ASAP. Do it. Most of the airlines hire 1 to 2 times in a year, but I don't think that there's like a certain time. Like I think they'll hire once and then again maybe like 6 months later, or some airlines just hire once in a year. You just have to stay on top of it, like constantly checking like the careers tabs on that airline's website to tell you like who is hiring and who isn't. I feel like I'm like trying to talk, but when it comes to my lashes, I'm like, ooh. Okay. And last but not least, we have lips, which I'm gonna do this duo right here. And we'll do one more question. Do people ever get motion sickness when going through turbulence nowadays? Yes, it's frequent for sure. And it's not even just turbulent, but people get motion sickness on the planes. People throw up on planes, it happens, and you gotta get hazmat on board afterwards. A lot of flight attendants will do their best kind of to clean up what we can with what we got on there, and then they get hazmat and extra cleaners to come on afterwards to clean it up, but people definitely get sick. I do recommend though that if you start feeling queasy, either put your call light on or go to the galley to ask a flight attendant for a big gray trash bag. They tend to hold a little bit more if you think you're really gonna go than the little bags, than the sick bags. So I would ask for a big trash bag, get a ginger ale, get some ice cubes, and get that AC blowing all the way up, and that really helps a lot. Then I take the end and I do all around the sides. And then last but not least, I'll do kitten and I'll put it in the middle.
Getting closer every dawn.
So I'm gonna be loading this up and dropping it off at a donation center. Chip and I went through a bunch of our stuff and got together like 3 or 4 bags worth of stuff we're gonna be donating. This is all like clothes and stuff that we don't wear anymore, which I highly advise you guys to do the same, because somebody actually can wear that this winter season, especially like your coats and things like that. So let's go ahead, get dressed, round up all of our stuff. I'm running late as always. Like I feel like when it comes to my job, I'm always on time. When it comes to like personal obligations, I like tend to be running behind, or at least I feel like I'm always running behind. So let's get everything together, get everything loaded, and go see 2 of your other favorite people today. But you guys would not guess who I'm with. Ready? You guys ask me all the time if I've ever met them, but I don't think y'all realize like how big the Dallas Metroplex is. Like they're all the way on the other side of town. So I finally took this time, drove over here and met them. So we are at a place called Katy Trail Ice House. And so we are gonna eat and hang out for a bit.
The vlogger is vlogging the others. You guys, 4 hours. First hangout. We got along so well. There was chit-chatting.
I was miserable. I was like, please, can we just wrap this thing? Kat's ready to go home. She's like, get me out of Dallas.
She can go home in her giant truck, her very Texan truck. Even though she hadn't been to Katy Trail.
No, I haven't. It's actually lovely.
Case and I go there all the time. Like,
this is honestly how y'all know I don't go to Katy Trail. Do you see this? He's running. They're running.
Us drinking margaritas and eating tater tots.
I was getting, what is it called? Nourished.
Nice potato carbs. Healthy, fatty oils.
Carving up for my 5K. So we just got onto Casey's car here. She's setting up her camera like a real professional is right now. We're going to go pick up JoJo. She had to grab her camera, and we are just gonna go ahead and go to Sephora. We were hanging out for a bit at the ice house, just talking our day away, and then like next thing we know, we looked at our watch and like hours had passed. This is the exact same thing that happened to Allie when I was hanging out with her. Is like you just don't realize like how much I'll talk and the time just completely passes. So we're gonna go grab her right now and then go to Sephora. I do need the Hydro Grip primer by Milk. And now I'm gonna go into my Milk Hydro Primer, which I really need some more of this. It's literally like awesome. I know they have a regular size and a travel size, and I just always buy the regular size and it lasts me forever. There she is. The big old thing. She can see inside, X-ray vision. If y'all have any idea about what anxiety feels like, it's a lot about like this being on E and that check engine light being on. That is an example of anxiety.
It's me. That's being in a car with me.
When we have to get out and push, that's gonna be the title. The whole thumbnail is just pushing this vehicle.
Car broke down.
All right, it's our turn to say goodbye.
Bye.
Check your engine light.
I will, I promise.
Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and head home. That was way too much fun. I love coming out to Dallas. It is just a drive. That's why I really never get to see them, because like, no joke, you guys, they're like all the way on the other side of the Metroplex. And the Metroplex, oh my goodness. That light just did not want to let me be great today. But yeah, they're very far out here. So as small as you think like the Dallas-Fort Worth area is, it is really not small. It's quite huge. Right now it is 6:36. I don't know if you guys can see that. So we are gonna go ahead and head home to Chippy and the dogs. And I will show you guys the two things that I got at Sephora that I'm obsessed with. Let's get on out of here because it's already dark. That's the thing I don't like about the winter. It gets dark real quickly. So I just got home and got changed into my comfy clothes, and I wanted to go ahead and show you guys like what I got at Sephora. I'm absolutely obsessed. This is like always in my routine, like I was telling you guys. But I also picked up this. I love perfumes. I'm always looking for like awesome perfumes to try. So this is the Gucci Bloom. If you guys have a favorite perfume, let me know down below so I can definitely check some of them out. But I think this was $35 and this was $35. So not too bad for me at Sephora. Hi, Banny Boo. You got a mama over there. How are you doing? Now I'm just going to chill for a bit. Today was absolutely awesome. Like I just needed a day like this. Like it's always so fun to meet other people in like our little community. I feel like it's kind of hard to do meetups, especially because like we're always flying or we all live all over the place. So trying to get together, as much as you think like it should be easier because we're flight attendants, is actually quite a bit more challenging. It was just so much fun. Like they are such sweethearts. Like Casey and Jordan are exactly like what you'll see on camera. That's exactly what you're getting, which I love. I love like when the authenticity is really there, when that person is really genuine. It's so heartwarming and exciting to meet more people. Be sure to go check out their channels. But now I think I'm going to chill with the Christmas decor. I don't know if you guys have your stuff up, but I already was like, I was way ahead of the curves. But anyways, I'm going to big chill here. If you guys did enjoy this video, I'm going to give it a big old thumbs up, press that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.